When you combine 8,000 horsepower, nitromethane, and 300-mile-an-hour runs, there's a demand for many, many parts in the trailer. Gotta have the parts so the car can be consistent.
This particular head is fresh back from repair, and the seats are pretty level, but because there's been some repairs inside the chamber, one chamber might be a little bit bigger than the other, so we make it up in margin. I have a math chart every time I go up or down. I know what it does, but we're just backtracking. Bob's learning this for the first time. So instead of trusting the math, we're going to watch him do the math. That'll make him feel more confident next time he does it.
We run 85, 140 in there, Lucas oil. I'm just draining it now. Check the ring and pinion gear, make sure no cracks or nothing. The amount of abuse that the rear end goes through, it's pretty stupid, so that's why we check it every race.
That was just another sportsman racer. He had a broken oil pump, and you know, we're lucky enough to have a lot of equipment and a little bit of know-how on how to use some of it. So, you know, we'll help anybody out. That's how it goes. Whatever. We're all here for the same reason. So that's all that matters. It's the day before we actually race. We're closing up. We got most of our work done. We got the whole pit set up. We haven't made any tune-up calls yet. We'll wait till tomorrow morning. Now is when we kind of like relax a little bit and kind of do fun activities or just, I don't know, stupid stuff. And so we'll see you guys in the morning, and it'll be cool.
It's a sunny race day here at New England Dragway. The fans are packing the pits and they're watching our team work. We're going to look at some old runs and get ready to kick butt on these next couple.
This computer readout shows our drive shaft speed, engine RPM, fuel flow, ignition timing, blower boost. So we can kind of use the data from here and decide whether something's not working right or it's working better than it's supposed to, or if everything went perfect. This graph is our ignition timing. This will actually dictate how much horsepower gets applied to the clutch. So that's the last thing, and we can change this into staging lanes 30 seconds before we make a run. So if we watch a guy in front of us smoke the tires, or if all of a sudden we feel the track got marginal because the sun's beating on it, or it's too greasy, or there's no oil down, well, we can change it with this. So it's a big tool, and we use it. We use it a lot.
Basically what I'm doing now, just stripping the supercharger, just the rotor that's inside the blower. It's got Teflon strips on the outside and also on the inside to basically make the boost. It seals, the outside ones seal the blower rotor to the case to make the boost come in, and the round strips here seal the rotor to rotor. But you got to make sure, just put the strips in, make sure there's no gouges in the rotor, and check the case out there too.
If you can tell, those are actually the tires that we run. They cut them up and drag them up and down the track to try to put rubber down. You'll see here, he's got a sweeper to sweep rocks off, and then he drops the tire, and that'll put a real low level of rubber onto the racetrack. Anytime you can see the little bit of concrete, that's not good, because as hard as we're accelerating and spinning the tire does not want to spin on solid concrete. So I have a tool here, and what we do here is I put the weight of my body against the tool, and I turn the tool. We're measuring the friction, the coefficient of friction from that pad of rubber to the racetrack. Second thing really important to us is actually track temperature. So right now we're about 112. That's a decent number. Anything in the 85 to 100 range is awesome. So that's the racetrack, though.